Somebody turned down the mic. Sorry about that. Somebody turned down the mic. All right, we're gonna restart. Whoopsie, I forgot because I was filming. So what I was saying is, welcome to the live stream, and it's early, guys. It's early. Sorry about that. We're gonna be doing more of those accident scene videos, or those close call videos, the ones where I pretty much talk for a long time, but I have a better idea of how to do them. So they're not gonna be just straight like me talking like how I do here, where I do need more coffee, where I'm just like, you know, kind of rambling on. I'm gonna try to keep it more concise, so it's still gonna be probably like an hour or more in those videos. It's just that it's gonna be better edited. So I got like, I'm gonna separate it into like little chapters, like, you know, this section is low sides, this section is a car coming into the lane, or whatever it is. You know, I'm gonna kind of do that. Oh, get some sleep, man. Get some sleep. I'll see you around. Scorpius, do I talk to myself often? Yeah. Not out loud. I think all of us have pretty quality thoughts going on, and I tend to think about like what I can improve more on these things. What's up, Andre from Portugal? Wow, there you go. But yeah, I plan on doing some other stuff. I want to make those videos better. So I mean, I'm constantly trying to think of ways to do them better. So I was getting some of the feedback on those long form videos that to be more concise, watch the full video first and then talk about it. So I think I'm gonna kind of split those up. I'm actually gonna film each scene, because you know how we do this right here, where we go over each scene and then we kind of go back. So no pausing, none of that stuff. So Rocky, exactly. So I plan on doing something like that, to where it's gonna be more concise, but it's still gonna be a long video, just concise in each little topic and little section. So I think that'd be good. The Harley rocker seat, no, I've never heard of that. I mean, the rocker as in like a vest, or is it what we doing over here? All right, double check. Aloha mahalo. I haven't heard that in a while. I had a friend from Hawaii, in where I used to live. I used to hear it all the time, but not anymore. Have a great day too, man. Yeah, you know, moms and parents will say that. I mean, I'm going through my own little thing here at home as a parent, you know, with children's life choices, and I can see the dangers, but I try to look at things in a way of logic, and it's like, I need to be convinced. This is for you, man. I need to be convinced that what's happening is not going to have like massive permanent negative consequences. So as a parent, like, and I'll think of you as my child. It's like, then you need to come to me. Okay, this is something that you want to do. Like, if you want to do this, you need to convince me. And a lot of parents leave it at that. But one way you can really convince your parents is do as much research as possible on the safety aspect, the risk mitigation aspect, and how you're going to get the budget for everything, how you're going to get the gear, all these different things. Basically lay it out for them, put it on the table, and say, this is what, let's go back to my face. This is what I want to do. This is how I'm going to do it. This is how I'm going to mitigate these risks. This is how, you know, motorcycling is going to be inherently dangerous. It's something that is very dangerous, but I want to make sure that I have the safety, I have the training, I have the gear, I have this, and I'm going to take it slow, Mom. You know, I'm going to take it slow. I'm going to work my way up, but this is what I want to do. And then usually that will happen, but you have to do that legwork first. You have to do that. At no point are you, I mean, you don't have to convince your parents to ride, right? You're not convincing your parents to ride. You're convincing your parents to let you ride. You're convincing your parents that you are going to handle yourself. And you can use that in a lot of aspects in your life. So you can use that with a teacher. You can use that with a boss. You can use that with anybody. It's a proposal. You're sending in a proposal to ride a motorcycle. And you have to do that sometimes in life. So go ahead and do that, man. Get all the information you need. And you know what? That would be I made a video on that, and I think it's time to update it in the terms of something like this, like how to create a proposal for a loved one. Like, what is needed for a proposal for a loved one? Yeah. So it's easier to ask for forgiveness than it is to ask for permission, unless it's mom. Then yes, I was about to say, yes, as a spouse, sometimes it's better to ask for forgiveness, but for a parent, it's like, especially if you're 17, if for a parent, man, they have the best. They say no because they know the dangers and they don't know how to change the risks, and it's not their job to find out for you. Okay, you're 17, man. If you're making a choice, if you're like, you know what, I'm gonna do this, I want to do this, and then your parent says, well, how are you gonna do it? And you're like, I don't know. Then now you just put it on them to figure it out. So what you should do is just like, I don't know, but I'm gonna find out. I'm gonna find out, and I'm gonna come back. That's where it should comes out. Honest, David, exactly. It turns out my dad was right about almost like 99.9% of the stuff that he was talking about, and I was a piece of shit when I was a kid. I'm serious, and I'm finding that out as a parent. That what, I feel like I'm right all the time, and it's just like I'm trying my best. I'm just trying my best. I don't know why I keep switching back to my face. We're gonna go ahead and go back to here real quick. That was a good question, man. That was a good question. I wasn't here putting you on blast or nothing like that. I think you came to the right community to ask this question, and you can see right now, Ryan right here, Robert, everybody is like, they're helping you out, man. This is real life information. It sucks sometimes having to do this. You just wish you could get it. I wish I could just start riding a motorcycle. I wish my parents would just let me. Why can't they do it? Why? That's a typical child response, man. I still get it sometimes. I want to do it. I ask questions too. I'm like, man, why can't I just do this? Why can't I just do this? And then I realize that's the immaturity is not a bad word. But that's the immaturity that I have in my own brain. The mature portion of me says I need to make it happen. How do I make it happen? Why? And that's what I think about when I ride too. It's like, and that's a lot of things. That's the immaturity with riders, is that it's like, this car driver pulled out in front of me. What the heck? You should be in your lane. You should be in your lane. This should be in your lane. This is stupid. Why are you doing this? Why are you doing this? I just want to ride. That's the immaturity of that. And then a lot of people fall into that little aspect of like, other drivers should be doing what they're supposed to be doing. But now let's think back. It's like the mature portion of ourselves is like, okay, yes, they did that, but how do I respond to that? How do I prevent some of these things? How do I do something? Like, it's now I have to take action to do these things. And that's the maturity part. And a lot of people don't want to do that. They just want things to fall in line, and things don't fall in line. They really don't. That's something I've learned the hard way, and I know a lot of us here have learned the hard way. What's up, Road Glider? How you doing? Yes, Robert, exactly. And here's the cool thing. If you're 17, you want to start riding a bike or a motorcycle, you have a bike, right? Or do you have a bike, like a bicycle itself? Have you shown your parents? Ryan Murphy with the super chat, thank you so much, man. I appreciate it. It's really early in the morning. Thank you. You actually, I was the latest one until you. Another thing is, like, have you shown your parents that you can ride a bicycle with gear? I mean, do you ride a bicycle with your helmet all the time? You never leave the house without your helmet? I mean, if you've been constantly, okay, you have, good. So you're already shown a pattern of a safety conscious aspect, even though it's just the helmet. I mean, those little things, and this is one thing I tell my kids all the time, and I'm kind of getting on a soapbox with you. Like I said, I was having my own little issues here as a parent. Is that you've already shown, you put some money in the bank right there. Okay, you got a bank account of goodwill, and you put some money in the bank with your parents saying, hey, I've been riding that's nothing you can tell them. It's like, every time I go out on my bike, I wear a helmet. Every time I go on my bike, I'm constantly watching for traffic. I go on my bike and I'm watching, for pedestrians. And it's like, I've already have a leg up on counter steering, because when I go, and this is where you can start throwing information out as long as you understand it fully. It's like, when I go faster than 15 miles an hour, I understand the counter steering principles. I understand that I need to do counterbalancing when I'm doing slow speed stuff. See, all these different things you could totally use. And it's just a bicycle. It's like, I got a leg up. And then what you can do is like, hey, mom, and I'm just throwing this stuff out here. So this is me talking and vomiting out loud in my brain. is that you can tell your mom, be like, hey, do we have anybody that has like a stick shift? I want to learn to clutch. I want to learn how to use a clutch and a shifter. Do we have anybody with like a truck or a car? Do we know anybody? I mean, that's huge. Like that right there. It's like, hey, I would like to do it in a safe environment. 4 wheels in a car. Can somebody teach me how to do the stick shift? And then constantly, push that, because when you get onto a motorcycle, you're using a manual, you're using a stick shift. It's just kind of reversed a little bit. So that will get you ahead of the game. So when you go into a class or you're about to get a motorcycle, you understand the principles because you've been practicing on a bike. You've been wearing your gear when you ride your bike. And then on top of that, you learn how to apply the clutch, and you understand the friction zone, you understand neutral, you understand shifting the gears, you understand how to shift smoothly, all these different things. And that will really help out. That will really help out your parents and your mom figure out, like, okay, maybe he's serious about this. He went and he did this, he did this, he did this, he did this. Okay, let's try a class. And that's another thing, that's another baby step after you do this. But like, can I just try a class? I understand it's about $200-300 for a 2 to 3 day class. I understand that. Can we do that? There's so many ways to build yourself up and give your parents confidence. And that's what it is at the end of the day, is giving your parents some confidence into what you want to do. Because right now, it sounds like your mom doesn't have any confidence in the safety aspect of you riding. She doesn't want you to die. That's what it is. She doesn't want you to die. She doesn't want you not to ride a motorcycle. She just doesn't want you to die or be severely injured. She only wants the best for you. She only wants the best for you. There's very rarely where there's a parent that will say no just because they're being a dick, and then they're writing in their diary when they go to bed and be like, oh, look what I did to the faceless one tonight. You know what I mean? Sorry, I'm getting on a big thing here. I'm using some of my 32 years of knowledge, growing up as a piece of crap kid, giving my parents hell, and a bunch of other stuff. So, I mean, it's just, I just wanted to share that with you. I like doing this. Oh man, thanks, Tegan. Thank you for all your knowledge. It's very valuable to us new riders, aspiring riders. You're welcome. I mean, there's so many life things that I feel like I've been through, but when we got OG Knight Rider right here, I mean, he's the OG. So I'm learning from him also, and I had a great time this weekend, man. Thanks for yeah, thanks, man. I really did. I enjoyed it, man. If your parents let you get a bike, don't let them catch you doing wheelies or stoppies. Yes, so if you're gonna be doing that, make sure you don't get it on video, and make sure you don't have your friends around you that will open their mouth and blabber around. Because I play video games with my son. Like last night, I was playing video games with my son, and and you could totally tell there's a different way he talks. I had fun though. I mean, I had fun. We were kids playing video games again. I was acting like a kid again. It was great. Yeah, you got to warm up your parents. You got to really warm up your parents. But yeah, that was a great question, honestly. Like in these mornings when I do these things, and I know we're not doing the accident stuff right away, and we're just kind of having a good chat with everybody, is that like in the mornings, this is how I get my information. Like I just start thinking out loud. I use my own life experiences. So like that question with the parents, like my life experience this morning was my child wants to be a vegan, and I'm over here eating only meat. I'm on a carnivore diet, so I'm doing a restricted diet as an adult. It's helping me, reset my gut biome and a few other things. There's a few other reasons why I'm doing it, but one of my kids wants to be a vegan, and I'm sitting back and I'm like, I don't want that, but you got the weekend. Here's the thing, is like you all week last week, but then you got the weekend to convince me. You got a weekend to convince me. I want to know a plan. I want to know why you want to do it. I want to know how you're getting all the nutrients you need for you to grow, and all these different things. I want to have the research, and I didn't get any of that research, and I made a decision to say no. So I mean that's kind of how I'm taking that right now with you, the faceless one, is that you live in the UK and your dad drives manual. Perfect. I just saw that right now. Sorry, I didn't see that earlier. Perfect. So have your dad show you how to drive manual. If he already did, then dude, you're already ahead of the game. You could be like, hey, Dan said, you know, driving a stick shift is a lot like driving or riding a motorcycle. It's the clutch, it's just kind of reversed, you know, the hand and foot. But anyways, so I want the information. I want to make sure that it's a safe thing, and that, you know, growth can still happen, all these different things, and I wasn't getting that. And if you're too young to come up with that, then I think it's too young to make a decision like that. But you're 17, so you have some life experience, just a little bit, and you know how to, since you've been through the school system, you know how to do research, you know how to do like an essay, you know how to do, you know, paperwork and all that stuff, or at least you should at that point. And you just even like very minor stuff, you know, you're getting ready for college. So you know how to kind of propose that, but for somebody younger, they might not. So if you're too young for that, then you're too young to do that. So I mean, you could want to ride motorcycles when you're 12, and it's kind of our job to, as parents, to put you in that, you know, get you going safely. But man, if you mess up your diet, if you mess up something like that, I don't know. I'm getting on a little thing here, but yeah, carnivore. I'm on a carnivore diet. I'll just shut up now. Listen to this over a cup of coffee. I should do like the first 20 minutes as like a Dan life experience thing. Jeez. Happy Monday, everybody. Happy Monday. All right, you guys ready? You guys ready? Thanks for the great question. I'm pretty sure you weren't expecting me to go talk for about 15 minutes on that, but that was a good question, man. Thank you so much. So Jonah's home. 2 guys I know got in a serious accident yesterday night without helmets on. Right response. Hopefully they're okay. At the end of the day, I want everyone to be fine, whether you wear a helmet or not. If you get in a crash or not, I want you to be able to go home to your family. So hopefully they're okay. Hopefully if they're okay, hopefully this will let them know, hey, I should wear a helmet. You know, sometimes you have to run through something bad to learn something good. Yeah, it's always weird hearing them talk around their friends. I'm 44, been riding since I was 9. My mom still reminds me how the one-armed painter ended up like that. I love that. I love that, man. Scott, honestly, like if I got a 5-page report, I just read that. If I got a 5-page report on the consequences, the safety gear, all the motorcycles I'm looking at, citations provided, I would look at my kid after I've obviously checked all the work. So who knows? Maybe you could make all that up. After I checked all the work, I'd be like, well, shit. Okay, let's do it. Excited. You know what I mean? Especially if it's something like I didn't know. Like if he's an expert. He's amazing at his artistry. His drawing. Like I've been supportive of his drawing, and I bought him some expensive stuff. And if he came up to me, he's like, hey, I want to go to art school. This is why. I'm playing to my strength. Like I'd be like, yes, let's do it. Let's do it. But I mean, obviously I've never gotten it, so yeah. Only 14 now, so I should have enough time to... Okay. Oh, I thought you said you're 17. Well, 14, that's still fine. You're still fine. Keep working on it. Indian Challenger. So thoughts on the new Indian Challenger fixed fairing. So that's a great question that needs a visual. So Indian Challenger. So the Indian Challenger, everybody. 2020 Indian Challenger. I think it's in this video. Okay. Here's the Indian Challenger right here.
So let's shift gears a little bit. Let's talk about one of the best, maybe worst kept secrets in the new product offerings that we've had in a little while.
Yeah, dirt bike would be great. Exactly. Try dirt bike first.
On one of the financial shows. Its code name is Raptor. You may have heard of it. So let's take a look.
Code name Raptor, but it's called the Challenger now. That's all the information we have when it comes to any type of videos. But this is supposedly, this honestly does not look like the Challenger. This is when you look up Indian Challenger. It looks a lot like a Dark Horse, with a different wheel and a little bit of custom work. This one right here is out in the wild, one of those test rides. This is the fixed fairing. So I mean, it looks a little bit like, the spokes look a little bit like this, like that. But it's still unsure of what it's actually going to look like yet. So the Indian Challenger is the fixed fairing touring bike from Indian. I think it's gonna be sweet. I think it's something that I mean, Indian's very smart when it comes to what they're doing. When it comes to the motorcycles that they have, is that, like Harley, they'll dump out like the Sportster. There's like 6 different types of Sportsters. There's 10 plus different types of soft tails. And they could totally do this, like when they announce a new line, they're going to announce like 5 different models for that new line. And this is just me coming my opinion. You guys can have your own opinion on this. But I think that's almost too much, because when it comes to, and this is what I'm finding out with a lot of things, is that when you give people too much choice, then they don't make a decision, right? Like you go to the supermarket, and this is studied and everything. There's scientists and stuff that do this. You go to the supermarket, you see a wall of stuff, like it's hard to make a choice. But if you see a wall and there's like 3 items there, you could pick between 1 and 3. But now try to pick between 1 and 70, 1 and 10, 1 and 12 plus. Which one is what? When there's barely any type of anything changed between all of it. So this is what I like about. I love my Harley, but Harley sucks. I mean, I loved my Harley too. But this is what I like about Indian, is that, yeah, so Indian came out with the Scout. So we got the Indian Scout 60, Scout Bobber. That's it. Okay. We got the new FTR, 1 model. Kind of seeing how it goes. Harley has some fixed fairing motorcycles. Let's go ahead and get 1 fixed fairing. You know what I mean? They're going 1. Here's 1. Here's 1. Yes, you don't get a lot of choice, but it's something new. It has different technology, has all these different things. I think that's really smart. And then if it takes off, here's the thing. All we have to change is the styling a little bit more. So now we have 2 models, like the Scout and Scout Bobber. Because remember, the Indian Scout was the first one to come out. Then the Scout 60, then the Scout Bobber. Because the Scout was doing so well. So maybe when the Challenger comes out and does really well, okay, we'll make like a fixed fairing for the oh, not even that. They put a fairing on the Scouts. Did you guys hear about that? There's a really badass fairing for the Scout. Katrina, congrats. Congrats. They put a fairing on the Scout. Scout fairing. So what I was getting at with that is that they're slowly going to add different things. Thank you so much. They're slowly going to add different things to motorcycles. Okay, so that's the Batwing fairing. It's an actual real fairing from Indian. They're adding fairings. Is at the dealer show. There's not very many pictures out yet. Trying to find it. Trying to find you one. But they actually have a fairing coming out for the Indian Scout. Yeah, that's all, Thomas, exactly. You're saying it better than I can. Like I said, I'm trying to think out loud here. So, yeah, Harley has just models. They have just a bunch of models, like pre-planned options for you, right? Indian, they have, here's your model. Here's all the other options. Here's the base model with a little bit of customization, because the Bobber is enough customization to change the way it looks. You know, the seat, the tail section, all black, changing out the headlight, and then, you know, all these other things. Yeah, okay, cool. We need to we'll make enough like that, because that involves cutting the fender. That involves all these different things. That's all that stuff. Katrina, I'm glad I'm able to help. I'm happy that I'm able to help. And that's one thing I'm starting to find out, is that, you know, I'm just helping people pass their test, but then they're also getting a little bit extra information on top. So I just want to supplement your guys' formal training. But yeah, I think that's really smart that Indian's doing that. Somebody already told you, yeah. So they, I saw them at the dealer show. Maybe it's on here. So we got the, yeah, we got the FTR. So the FTR is right there. I should probably watch this full thing because this thing's actually pretty interesting. Yeah, they're destroying flat track. They were destroying flat track with the FTR 750 and the 1200. Yeah, they're destroying. All right, let's get it. I'm sorry, we were. I'm here now, man. I'm here now. All right, you want to jump into this? Send pick in the email. All right. Sorry, guys. I'm like slowly coming off the sickness. Yeah, I saw that too. Yeah, I saw that. But this, that's a. I wonder. I mean, I think Indian actually has their version. I think Indian has something. All right, you guys. Yeah, squirrel. Yeah, exactly. You guys ready? You guys ready? Yeah, I wish. And that's another thing. Piano is that that's what I think. What they're gonna do with the Indian FTR is that, yeah, they put out the 1200 because they want to compete. They probably did the market research that a 1200 to start is good, but it's a modular frame. So the FTR is a modular frame, and they did that for a reason. It's not a frame that they can't mess around with, so it's modular. I have a feeling that within the 5 years they're gonna have a 750 after they've done the 2 to 3 to 4 year market research. They're gonna put a 750 or something smaller inside the FTR frame. If they do that and it becomes a smaller bike, who knows? I might be getting one of those too. We'll see. All right.
You son of a... Oh, you... Cocksucker!
Squirrel emoji. Should totally get one. All right, so we're gonna watch this one real quick again.
You son of a... Oh, you...
Okay, so now that we saw what happened there, can't you see the car? Look at the car. Car's right up there, up on the top where my cursor is. I actually increased my cursor size so you guys can see it better on streams. It looks kind of dorky when I'm actually editing and doing stuff. But you see the car sideways? This should be a clue. This should be a clue. There's a lot of information to take in. Okay, this is where, you know, having, you know, the hindsight is really good. It's 2020 because we can actually see stuff. But this right here, this should be a clue. There's a lot of information to pull in, so you need to constantly be moving around and look. I was actually looking up eye tracking software, so when I do these live streams, you guys can see what I'm looking at while I'm playing this. I think that'd be kind of cool. Let me know if you want to see that. It's about $200 for the tracking software, so we'll see how that goes. I got other stuff I got to save up for. But yeah, you see the car turned? There's no reason for that car to be turned. It's not going straight. It's not in the lane right here. There's a reason why this car's turned, and he's going through. He must have been parked here, pulled out, needs to go left. Instead of going straight, turning a right, turning a right, turning right, so 3 rights equal a left, he decides to turn left in front of people, causing a problem. So look at right there. Look at right there.
You son of a... Oh, you... Cocksucker!
You typically don't see that right away when you first start riding. You don't see these subtle cues because there's only so much information we can hold on to ourselves. And right as a beginner rider, what you're focused on is your motorcycle controls, balance, and then hopefully not running a light and staying within your lane. And what else? What you had for dinner last. I mean, like, you start thinking about the things that pertain to you right then. So once those are mastered, Once those are mastered, you can, or not even mastered, once those are at a level where you feel comfortable and you don't have to look down at your speedo, you don't have to look down at your hands when you're shifting. Now you can really focus on other things. Okay, this is where complacency gets in, is that you don't have to focus on your controls anymore. So now you just kind of zone out when you ride. No, after you figure out your controls and you don't have to look at your controls anymore, now you need to look at these other hazards. The controls is the first step. Learning how to control your bike is the first step. The second step, and the step that will last forever, it's part of your foundation of riding, is looking for hazards. On top of that hazard step that never goes away, okay, the hazard step never goes away. You're constantly looking. If you want to build upon your riding skills now, then you can add in a bunch of the, the advanced stuff like trail braking, was it knee down, all that stuff, and a few other things like that. You can start adding in all those advanced techniques, but right now, the very base beginning, learning how to turn your bike on, control the bike, then you need to hazard perception. So these two things need to stay with you. This is your foundation. And then from there, you can build upon and change over whatever you want to do. My job, I feel like, for you guys is to get you that foundation. If there's other people out there, if there's other things that can teach you stuff that I'm not teaching you, that's great. It's not because I don't know or I don't want to, but my main focus is to make sure you guys survive. That's it. My main focus is so that you have the hazard perception and the base skills, and then you can move on from there, my little ducklings. Okay? That's what I'm doing here. Same guy, I think. So one-way street, the guy turned into the one-way street. Instead of getting pissed, be like, whoa, 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 watch out. Watch out, this guy turned down a one-way street. Be like, whoa, that's not supposed to happen. But I'm going to tell you right now, I'm not used to one-way streets either. If I don't see the sign for one-way street, I have to start looking for other clues, like the direction of all the cars in that road. And there's been a couple times where I accidentally pulled down a one-way street on accident. So it happens, and there's people that are new to the environment, tourists or anything like that, or just somebody that made a mistake, turned down a one-way street. So don't let it affect your ride, because now he's probably upset, and the rest of his ride, there's going to probably be a problem. Yeah, it was a legit mistake. Exactly, Katrina. It was a legit mistake. I've done it. Very good. Very good. That was a good swerve. That was a very good swerve.
What are you doing?
Okay, now he's going to get upset. Don't get upset, dude. Hey, I saw a dog. All right. So this car made a very terrible decision. Made a decision because he stopped. Remember, the reason why people stop or slow down are to make a decision on something. Whether there's something in the road, so they decided to stop, or they missed a turn, or they're going to turn, or something. Like maybe their kid smacked them in the back of the head and they slammed the brakes accidentally. There's a reason why. So this looks like the reason why this person decided to stop in the middle of the road is to turn here. They want to get in this lane. Is it a good reason? Nope. Not a good reason at all. But it's a reason. Just like there's a reason not to wear a helmet because it's too hot. Is that a good reason? Nope. But is it a reason? Yes. It's not our job to dictate whether it's a good reason or not and then get pissed off about it. So when we have this person driving, see how close we are to this car? We're super close. And that's how quick a brake, like exactly a brake check. He could have been following too close too. And some people will do that. See how close this person is to this car? That's not a lot of time. So what he did was slow down and then had to do evasive maneuver, but he barely made it. Imagine if his reaction time was half a second slower. He would have hit the car. So having all the skill in the world, yes, it will save your butt, but you're going to have a close call a lot of times. Best way to prevent this is to put a better space cushion. And when I say prevent this, let's go ahead and change that. Let's add another layer of protection. I think that's better. Let's add another layer of protection. We have one layer, which is really good skills in evasive maneuvers. Great. Let's add another layer. Increase space cushion. Now we have 2 layers of safety. I'd rather have 2 layers than 1. I don't know about you guys. What's up, Tim? How you doing? And look how much room he actually, or when it, his lane position. There you go. Look at his lane position when he attempts to do the swerve. So the car's still going. He looks down for a quick second. Lights start showing up. He's already, if he just went straight, he would have dodged him anyways. This is where lane positioning helps. So yes, the space cushion wasn't the best, but his lane positioning was superb. Because if he was right here, right behind that car, maybe not, he probably would have made it. I don't think he would have made it, but he has really good lane positioning so he can see around. And if he had to, it's just a quick little dart. Quick little dart. So multiple layers of safety is very important.
What are you doing?
Lane filtering, high rate of speed. Oh no. I thought this video was going to be mostly close calls. Yeah, thanks Katrina for helping others. That's awesome.
Bro, stand a bit.
Yeah, get out of the way. I wanted to see the car. Oh, or not the car, but the bike. Look at the bike. Just completely destroyed. Imagine being on the bike right there. Your head would have been messed up. Alright. So high rate of speed. What's one of the problems with cars and motorcycles going too fast? I mean, what is the one of the major things, especially lane filtering? And it has to do with vision and I'll just say it. They can't judge our speed. They cannot judge our speed. We're one little headlight. You got your sticker. Yes. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Tiny little headlight, 2 tires right in front of each other, so they look like one tire. They can't judge our speed, and they can barely see us as it is. So when we're lane filtering at a high rate of speed, or not even high rate of speed, but too much above what they're going, they can't make an educated guess on where we are in space and time. So this guy decided to switch lanes, and then he hits the motorcyclist. So as a motorcyclist, it's our job to look at these hazards. In yesterday's video, I talk about looking at shadows and gauging the shadows, and I also talk about watching how the tires get closer and closer and closer to the line. So let's say if this car started wanting to scoot over, he'll start getting closer and closer and closer to this line, and that should be an indication that he's probably moving over or he's just not paying attention. That's all it takes. That's all it takes is a quick little jab. There's not it wasn't a big close-up, so I can't really talk too much about, why and how. But the main thing is going a little bit too fast. Lane filtering does have its own risks, and it's safer in some areas, but you're adding risks also. So yes, when properly utilized, lane filtering can be safer than riding and staying in line, but lane filtering, when it's not utilized properly, can add more risk to what you're doing. Okay. What do you think about the bikes that have the 2 headlights and then separate fog lights at different spot also? Is that better to be seen? So Jack, OG Night Rider, if you're still in here and he's just listening or whatever it is, he has he basically has a modulating headlight, so extra fog lights and everything. So that one actually just flashes like this, and that will grab somebody's attention. And then he has a normal headlight. I think that's perfect. I think that's really good because you just need something to like grab somebody's attention. The separate fog lights, 2 headlights, all that stuff, more visibility, more vision for you is better and better and better. As long as you're not absolutely destroying people's eyeballs at night, then you're fine. Okay. What's up, Matt? How you doing? Any idea about the Schuberth C4 Spark helmet? It's on sale. Oh, wow. Worth the deal. So Schuberth. Very good helmets. Very good helmets. Let me look it up. Oh, I don't think you can go wrong. So I'm assuming it's this one. Let's see. They're very good helmets. Make sure you're intermediate oval head. Okay. It should be Snell rated. I know that because these things are high tech. It says DOTs only. Maybe. Is it a modular helmet? That could be it. If it's a modular helmet, Snell doesn't rate them. I don't see ECE at all. But they're really high tech. They're really good helmets. They're supposed to be really quiet too. Yeah, extraordinarily quiet. Good airflow. That's the thing. Sometimes you pay a lot of money. Sometimes you pay a lot of money for the features, like how quiet it is, and the airflow and stuff. And then sometimes they just don't put a safety. They just do the minimum for that. Be very careful. Honestly, for this price, yeah, for this price, $400, you can get for an intermediate oval. The SRT, I actually been playing with it today, or not today, but earlier this week. I went riding with it. Very good helmet. It's $200, so it's half the price, and it's Snell rated. It feels a little big, and it's definitely not going to have like the craziness. I'm still reviewing it. It's not going to have the crazy quietness and all that stuff. But the Bell SRT helmet just came out. It's a great helmet. I actually like that color. $200 Snell rated also. But I mean, you can get an RF 1200 for the same price roughly, and this is a go-to for everybody. This is the one Nikki has. She has the white one. I think I would go with something like that for that price. Yeah, the SRT is a great helmet. Yeah. So Thomas, you might want to get the SRT. It was relatively quiet. I'm actually gonna go ride with it today, again, with no headphones on the interstate, and to see the ambient, see how quiet or how loud it is. It had the clear shield on. I don't think it had the pin lock on it. Pin locks help out. You have auxiliary lights. Auxiliary lights really help out. So auxiliary lights, oh, that's badass. That way you can see right. That's awesome, man. So these are auxiliary lights. These are his auxiliary lights. So you can see a lot of the ground right in front of you, and then you also have a headlight that will see very far. So that's really good. Okay, let's watch this one. Ah, come on. Okay. Okay, so we're in this lane. Okay, cool. We're in this lane. So this situation, this is where you need to start kind of relaxing a little bit and just kind of like falling back and seeing where things go. Okay, because we have a hazard here. So the cars are always hazard. Remember, cars are hazard. Oh, it's ECE. So yeah, so the Schubert C4, if it's European market, it has to be ECE. So then if it's ECE, that's good. That's good. I just didn't see it there. Watch out for these hazards. Watch out for these hazards right here. Always kind of be like wary of it. And intersections, people make dumb decisions, and we see this in roundabouts all the time, is that people will jump lanes. So this should be a common thing now. Doing that doesn't really do much. It doesn't show anything, because look how close we are. One's if this person, like, you scared them and their panic is to apply the brakes. What do we see all the time with motorcyclists? When they panic, they do what? They apply the front brake in the middle of a turn and stuff, and they drop the bike. What do you think a car driver might do if you made them panic? The Gmail address is .com. There you go. If you're gonna make this person panic and they apply the brakes, what's gonna happen to you? I mean, this right here is a hazard that you just need to get out of. Just move. Get out of there. A little too fast for the road. A little too fast. Yeah. Awesome, Matt. Thank you for the support, man. Guys, if you don't know, what we're doing is we're raising money for men's mental health and prostate cancer research. And right now, I'm at $3,003. Thank you so much, guys, for all the support. But yes, my goal is $10,000, and we're here to support prostate cancer and men's mental health. And I'll be in the Tucson ride. This is an official DDFM meetup. So if you would like to support me in the ride, none of the money goes to me. It goes straight to the organization. Please, please, please donate. Click that link, donate to it, and let's see if we can get to the $10,000 goal. I got 33 days to go. We'll see if we could do that. I think it'd be really cool to be able to pretty much be like the top of the top fundraiser for men's mental health, because at the end of the day, guys, I mean, anyway, I dropped down to 12th place. I used to be in 9th place in the world. I'm in 12th place now. Let's see if we can keep raising it. Nikki's she's at 400 something. She's almost at 500, but right now we're concerting our efforts towards mine. So if you guys want to donate to mine, we'll try to hit 10,000. But I think she's at 400 something. But yeah, let's do it to mine. Let's do it to mine, because that way we could show everybody what we could do. If I won the lottery, I'd buy it, or I'd drop 10K on that easily. All right, so we're gonna watch this one again. So we got blind turns here. So this motorcyclist was in the blind turn, and thankfully it wasn't a car, because look at, we're getting up to here and we're getting pretty dang close. We have all this space. We have all this space right here that the motorcyclist could be in, and as soon as he sees this motorcyclist, watch where he goes. He goes to the outside. So he would have been hit by this person. There was no centerline stripe. He definitely needs to pay attention and kind of use his own thing. You're at 705, Robert. Nice. Then here we got a blind curve also. Opening up the view would be more to the left. Once again, there's no centerline stripes, so we're having an issue with where to position ourselves. So since we have an issue of where to position ourselves, let's slow down. Slow down a little bit, especially on these blind turns. It looks like a residential neighborhood. You just ride slow. You don't know if people are coming in, going out, all these different things, kids playing. There's the blind turn. This guy's coming out of his house. Thankfully, he decided to stop. He was probably sitting there waiting for his gate to close. Yeah. That guy's just fixing everybody's mirrors. So the chillax rider, huh? Okay. So we had that car sitting there. Car pulled out. Okay, car is not supposed to be there, blocking your view. So if you're in another, or not blocking your view, blocking your lane. If you're a car, you would have to stop. As a motorcyclist, this is the beauty of it, is that we can move around them. But once you pass a hazard, everybody, so once you pass a hazard like this, you have a new hazard coming up. There's always a hazard. Once you defeat a hazard, there's always a hazard. So right here, we're defeating the hazard by going around them, but now we're adding a hazard by lane filtering a car that we shouldn't have to lane filter. So now you have a possibility of a car accidentally creeping into you and tapping you, right? So now we have this new hazard of having a lane filter. Okay. We just passed that new hazard of lane filtering. That's how quick this goes. Now we have to go on to the next hazard. I saw this van starting to come out. I don't know if that hazard's coming out. So I'm looking ahead, and this is my new hazard. This white van is my new hazard right here. Okay. I'm going to make sure he's slowing down and stopping. This is why city traffic is so nerve-wracking for motorcyclists. It's because you're having to do all this stuff. In a car, it's like, well, if something happens, I'm protected. And then on top of that, other vehicles see cars. They don't see us. This is why I don't ride in heavy traffic like this inside downtown or anything like that unless I absolutely have to. So I'm removing the hazard. I'm removing that everything. So that's my extra layer of protection right there, is just not do it. Saw it. Awesome, baby. Yeah, this guy's just creating an issue now. Whoa. Don't play around with that.
What are you doing?
There's more to it. This is a rage issue now. Thank you, man. Okay, see, now the hazard's gone. Hazard's gone. But that whole time, you were in a very hazardous, anxious, everything situation. So let's go back. Jack, you sent me a... Oh, here's the picture. There we go. Jack with his Riker, boy. That'd be a lot of fun, man. I'd love to ride one of those. Just to make a video on it. So we got California, possibly. This guy's riding in the HOV lane. This is the car. The MotoStars is kind of blocking it. The car, he notices the tires getting closer and closer to the line. We don't know the driver's intentions. Maybe he was trying to get in the lane, or he just made a mistake and, you know, kind of drifted over. We don't know. We'll see. So he's in this lane, kind of watching the tires. He started noticing the tires getting closer and closer to the line, and before the tires could even cross the line, he put his vision to it. And he makes a comment, hey, watch out, I'm here. Which is fine. That's fine. Do that. Okay. Now, this whole pointing and being like, hey, I know the rules. I know the road. I know this. You don't know this. Look at this. Look at this. You're an idiot, 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 idiot. That's the type of stuff that pisses people off. All you have to do is just honk or do whatever it is to grab their attention. Be like, hey, hi. and then like thumbs up, and then you go. That's all you have to do. But now that he's causing all these issues and he's yelling at this person, it's going to create a higher tension, and who knows what this person is. Who knows if they easily fly off the handle? Who knows if they're having a bad day? All those things. Just go. Just get out of there. Causing that issue. See, now he's yelling at him. Basically telling him he's an idiot. So now we have this issue right here. This driver knows that this isn't what you're supposed to do. But he's pissed. The driver's pissed. In this situation, let's say you just did like the thumbs up and be like, hey, watch out, man, I'm right here. And then he still does this. Then how about we move out of the way? Yeah, it's legal to ride a bike in the HOV lane. Yeah. I think motorcycles and 2+ people are allowed to go in there. But this right here, like if this happens, just move over. Just move over. Let the guy get in front of you. Here you go, buddy. Have fun. Do that. Do not argue like this. You're in such a bad spot. Dude could just hit your back tire. Just tap your back tire at this speed and you're done. You're done at that point. So let's not do that. Let him go. Just let him go. Let him go. Go. Let him go.
What's up and welcome back to another motovlog video. Before we get started, I'd like to say a few things. The first thing is I'll be blurring the driver and the rider's faces for security and privacy reasons. Since this crash is most recent, it is most likely still under investigation. And the second thing is the rider in the situation is okay, he's fine, he's stable. I did briefly chat to him before he left in the ambulance, so everything is all good. Unfortunately, I didn't film the accident as it happened, but I do have the footage from after when I went to attend to the guy. So we'll roll in real time and hope you guys enjoy.
Okay.
Hey, stay down, brother. Stay down.
Yeah, man. Don't move, dude.
We're gonna watch the full thing.
Oh, dude.
Shade? What road is this?
You on the phone with the ambulance, bro?
Yeah, what road is
He's
this?
on the phone there.
Say again?
What? This is Grenard Road in Grenison.
What happened, mate? Did old mate pull out in front of you?
Out in front of me.
Dude, I literally had my GoPro running. I turned and I got like as you were coming off. Yeah. Okay. At least you're wearing some gear. Alright. I got your key here, brother. Do you want me to like put it in your jacket or something?
Yeah.
Is it worth moving up to, do you reckon?
I don't think it's going anywhere. Shit, man.
Fuck, I was right behind you, I just saw him fly.
Yeah. You wanna hold on to this, brother? Yeah. Yeah, just don't move, man. Just see if we can drag it off this way. Just be careful because it's really slippery. Yeah, is there a kickstand? Could you just pull that down? No, that. Cheers, brother. Alrighty. Who's driving the VW, man?
Oh, it's still mate here.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
So what happened?
Oh, he was just trying to see my work, but then he just came, I guess, speeding past, and then we slid.
Yeah. Oh, the Ambos in. BMW. You good, man? You good, man?
Yeah, it's everything happened all of a sudden, man.
Yeah. Nah, it happens pretty quick, man. He's wearing like some pretty good gear, and I saw the way he fell, sort of from across the traffic, so he landed like fairly okay.
No, I just... I don't think it would happen. I just fucking... I don't do... Never heard like anything or...
Oh, that's right, man. Mistakes happen.
I didn't see anyone coming in. They just came zooming like
Yeah.
so fast.
Were you like indicating like to go around?
Yeah. Indicating to go
Oh,
around.
okay.
Alright, let's go over that one. That was actually a decent one. I'm going to get to the point where he starts talking and then skip that part, and we'll kind of go over what I see. He says it's still probably an investigation, all that other stuff, but we're going to kind of go back a little bit.
Before he left in the happened, but I do enjoy.
Okay, so he came up to an accident. Obviously, he just turned off his bike. He parked in the median and everything. So he came up to the accident. We're going to walk over here. So this right here is your initial impression. This is what you call an initial impression, and now you're starting to pick out the mechanism of injury. Okay, I saw a question in here about how fast did this guy have to go to get his motorcycle to completely get demolished. Remember, a lot of motorcycles aren't designed obviously for crashes. They're not designed to hold up in a crash. So I mean, it's just, if it crashes, it's designed to crumple. It's designed to take the impact and disperse it as much as possible. So it could be 20 miles an hour, it could be 100 miles an hour. 100 miles an hour, it's going to be a lot more than this. So he could be just going 20 to 30. And that's how much damage that can happen to the bike. And then just imagine to your bones and soft tissue. So, all right. So we got initial impression here. We got a vehicle off to the side a little bit. Right here, we got a bike on the ground that's ahead of the motorcyclist. The motorcyclist is on the ground. He's not moving, as in like he's not getting out of the road, because nobody wants to stay in the road. Here's the thing, guys. One of your first reactions if you crash or if you fall down, especially in the road, it's like, well, I got to get out of the road. I don't want to get hit. The simple fact that he's laying there in the road gives you a little clue that, well, shoot, he's not getting up because he's in pain. Or he doesn't know what to do, or he has a concussion, whatever it is. So you start getting all these different things, and he's guarding his stomach too. Or his chest. He could quite possibly be holding his other extremity over his chest as a way to splint it. So there's all these different things. Definitely an injury somewhere that's causing him from not getting up, and that's before we even start doing anything. And that's the beauty about starting to look and think and seeing things right at the beginning, and the initial impression is very important. So we're going to keep moving.
Hey, stay down, brother. Stay down.
Yeah, man.
Okay, we got enough from there to understand that he is conscious. He understood what I said, which was stay down there, so he understood that. So that gives you a subtle clue that, okay, he's not, loopy. He doesn't have confusion so far. Okay, I haven't asked him any questions yet, but this is a good step right here. So this stuff right here, I'm going to let it play for a little bit. This is steam. It's not smoke. Actually, that is smoke. Steam dissipates.
Yeah, man.
So the smoke is actually, yeah, okay, I see it now. Smoke's over here. So that's a little bit of smoke. Could be oil. Could be burning oil. Could be burning something because the fluids are leaking out. But it's not going to catch fire. And if it does, then turning off the key's not going to do anything. The parts are already too hard. Or not hard. The hard parts are already too hot. There you go. The hard parts are hot already. There's no way you're going to cool it down by turning off the engine, but we'll see.
Oh, dude.
Yeah, let's go back just a little bit. Let's see if I can see the car. Can't see too much of the car. It looks like there's damage across the sides.
Oh.
Yeah, that's oil. Just. Oh, that's smart. Putting your phone on your wrist, but then if you have to do something while you're riding, you gotta take your hands off the. Never really thought of that.
Shade.
What road is this?
You on the phone with the ambulance, bro?
Yeah, what road is
He's
this?
on the phone there.
Say again?
What road is this? Road.
So telling somebody or asking them, are you on the phone with the ambulance or are you on the phone with 911? It's a good start to get somebody going, you know, getting the emergency personnel on the way.
What happened, mate? Did old mate pull out in front of you?
in front of me.
Dude, I literally had my GoPro running. I turned and I got like as you were coming off. Yeah.
Okay.
Man, at least you're wearing some gear.
See how it's like, okay, what is that? I mean, I got in an accident. You had your GoPro on. I get that. The questions that should be asked are what type of pain. See, now he's starting to talk about, are you in pain, all that stuff. It should have been one of the first things. The concern is that not necessarily getting something on camera. If he asks, hey, did you get on camera? Then be like, yeah, sure, I did. But let's jump straight into taking care of the patient.
Yeah. Alright. I got your key here, brother. Do you want me to like put it in your jacket or something?
Yeah.
Is it worth moving that off the road, do you reckon?
I don't think it's going anywhere. Shit, man.
Fuck, I was right behind you. I just saw him fly.
Yeah. You wanna hold on to this, brother? Yeah. Yeah, just don't move, man.
Yeah, he's consistently moving his helmet or his head. And somebody in here, I think Scott said, not to move your head. Have somebody take control of his C-spine, okay? And road glider, I think I've seen that. I think that's with the shootings, and like there's a dude that is an instructor. He'll talk about what they did and what they didn't do. I think I saw that. It's really good. I actually like that stuff. I might actually use a green screen to do all that stuff. We'll see. But I like how it's set up. I actually might look it up and see how I could make my other videos a little bit better by emulating some of the strengths that those videos have.
Just see if we can drag it off this way. Just be careful because it's really slippery. Yeah, is there a kickstand? Could you just pull that down? Now that.
See, this is when you're talking to somebody that doesn't understand motorcycles. If you have somebody help you lift up a bike that doesn't understand motorcycles, make sure you direct them where to put their hands, because they could grab that front rotor. You know what I mean? They can grab a hot piece of metal. What you need to tell them, like, you have to treat them kind of like dum-dums. Is it's like, hey, grab this, grab that. We're going to move this. We're going to lift it up here. And when we pivot, we're going to set it up here. We're going to move the kickstand down. The kickstand and side stand is this right here. That way it's one fluid movement. You need to have somebody take charge. Okay, we can't trust people to know what they're doing. And the thing is with motorcycles, especially stuff like this, you're gonna have sharp pieces of metal. You're gonna have hot pieces of metal because it just was just being ridden. You don't want to have a secondary patient, especially somebody that is helping, because the next time they have the opportunity to help, they're like, no, I got hurt last time. I'm not doing that. I remember the 6 weeks I had to deal with burned fingers or lacerated. You know, I almost lost a finger and stuff. So this is where let's start educating some of the people when we have the opportunity to do so. And you don't want them to get hurt.
Cheers, brother. Alrighty. Who's driving the VW, man?
Oh, it's still right here.
Oh, shit. So what happened?
So right here we got somebody holding a towel so that there's no sun in their face. That right there, I've done that. I've held umbrellas for patients and stuff. I've stood in people's the sun's way, and that's just a comfort. If you can make somebody relax because now they don't have a sun in their eyes annoying the crap out of them, if they can relax in a position like this, then you're ahead of the game. This woman looks like she might know what she's doing, and she's talking to somebody, possibly 911 dispatcher, getting information. She's doing the talking. He's going to assist if needed. This guy's actually applying some type of comfort, which is very important. So this is actually really cool. I like that.
Oh, we were just trying to signal left, and then we just came, I guess, speeding past, and then we slid.
Yeah. The Ambo's in. BMW.
So this whole front dash area, yeah, completely smashed. This bike is totaled. Frame's probably messed up. Leaking fluids everywhere. Could be oil. It's probably radiator fluid. All this stuff. But yeah, it's to the point where it's completely destroyed. But you see the damage to it. There's no real damage to the sides. It's all in the front. So he T-boned something. He said the person turned in front of him. So this might have been one of those situations where a driver turned left in front of somebody or turned right in front of somebody. Anyways, they turned in front of somebody. You T-boned the car. So now you have a frontal impact. So probably the reason why he's laying on the ground is his legs and his hips hurt. And his arms probably hurt too because it's an impact and he fell. But maybe the majority of the injuries that he has and he sustained is internal, and his legs, his upper portion of his lower extremities, which is his femurs and everything, his hips, can have damage to that. It's probably why he's not moving. And so right here, Matthew, do you guys recommend always riding with a camera? I ride with a camera every once in a while. I don't ride for the terms of having, you know, footage just in case something happens. My main goal, like Katrina says, is to prevent the thing that happened. But it's always good. It's a good idea to have some type of evidence that could back you up past your word, and that's with anything and everything. Whether you're motorcycling, car driving, talking to the manager, you know, you want to be, or talking to somebody on the phone. You kind of want to have some extra stuff so that things can be, you know, relayed later and have evidence. So look up a motorcycle dash cam. They have ones in the front and the back. They turn on when you turn the bike on, and I think they continue to film like 5 minutes after you turn the bike off or something like that, just in case something does happen, or 30 minutes after the bike, and it's on a loop. So you put an SD card in there, it's on a loop, and it's hooked up straight to your battery. So it's just consistently just doing its thing, and if something happens, you can pull your SD card out. If it's obviously the SD card isn't on fire, you can pull the SD card out, and it has like a rolling data of like 3 days or 4 days or whatever, how much it can do, and it just constantly removes the oldest file and replaces it. It's constantly in a loop. So you might want to look into that if you're really concerned about that, but they're a couple $100, and you're gonna have to find places to put stuff.
You good, man? You good, man?
Just really happened all of a sudden, man.
Yeah. No, that happens pretty quick,
Yeah, exactly,
man.
James.
He's wearing like some pretty good gear, and I saw the way he fell, sort of from across the traffic, so he landed like fairly okay.
So the more I look at this, I think what happened is that he hit the other side of this car, either was ejected and landed over here, and his bike's over here. Or this car pulled out in front of him while he was going this way, and he dumped the bike, and he fell here, and the bike continued to go. But it looks like the bike had an impact to the front, so I'm trying to figure out. I can't tell unless I actually walk this scene, but yeah, I can't tell. I want to say maybe he was going this way, hit the vehicle, fell over here. I don't know.
I don't think it would happen. I never heard like anything or.
That's right, man. Mistakes happen.
I didn't see anyone coming in. They just came zooming past.
Yeah.
Way fast.
Were you like indicating like to go around?
Yeah. Indicating to go
Oh,
around.
okay.
Wait, so that was. A pedestrian is walking across pretty far away. Oh, okay, Scott. Oh, okay, that makes more sense then. This pedestrian's walking way in front, like way down the line, and this guy's applying the horns way back here and getting upset. Okay, this is typical. Guys, don't get upset by this stuff. It's a pedestrian. You can go around them. Yeah, chest cams are annoying. Just let them go. Get around them. Don't worry about this stuff. It's kind of ridiculous that we're having an issue with this, because I mean it just shouldn't be happening. This isn't a big deal. But it's put on camera, and it's kind of encouraged to have these types of videos, because then you get views. It's like, oh, look what happened to me today. It's not the mentality I want you guys, my crew, to have. Okay. I'm embarrassed. That was embarrassing. Okay, it's a green light for you. That is fine. Green light for you. Great. If there's pedestrians in the walkway, you're not supposed to go. If pedestrians are in the walkway, even if you have a green light, everybody, you're not supposed to go. In fact, since he has a green light, I know for a fact that they have a walking sign. Because that is how it works. If the other people had a green light, it would be a stop, don't go sign. Because you're not supposed to walk in front of traffic. Yeah, exactly, David. You're not supposed to walk in front of traffic when there's traffic going this way. The sign won't work. The only time the signs will work is if a green is the perpendicular to you. So traffic, knowing how traffic works and stoplights and everything works, yeah, this guy is an absolute turd. They're in the intersection. They're in the crosswalk, dude. They're in the crosswalk. What the heck? You need to stop. This is what I'm saying. It's like when you go from this part and you're getting upset, like here's a pedestrian. This is pretty much, if not, the other pedestrian's farther when he gets pissed. But this is that mentality that a lot of motorcyclists get because they watch videos like this and they say to themselves, you know what? Well, the pedestrian walked out in front of him. He got pissed, so I should get pissed if a pedestrian walks out in front of me. No. Guys, stop. This isn't the right example to have. Pedestrian just walked out right here. This right here. Way down there. So that's, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 car lengths. 9 car lengths away, this pedestrian is walking. 9 car lengths, if not more. And this guy's getting pissed. You're gonna... This is an entitlement thing. This is an entitlement thing, because when you see him in the next video, he's entitled to the crosswalk. He doesn't notice his blink. Yeah, his blinker. Yeah, your blinker's on, dude. That's the kind of crap that gives motorcyclists a bad name. And this is too close. Too close. There you go. See, he has to look over. He has to do that. You're in the blind spot. Whoa, my gosh.
What's wrong with you?
Oh my gosh. Oops, wrong button. Wow. Wow. There's plenty of situations here, or hazards. Okay. Number 1, too close. What's up, Tom? How you doing, man? Number 1, too close. You can notice the red light for pedestrians. Yeah, you can see that. Huh. Still. Shouldn't be pushing it like that. Alright, so too close. You can't see around this vehicle, so you can't see what's going on. And now we're in this person's blind spot to the right. Yeah, dude, I love Tom Segura. This person right here, you're in their blind spot, and then everything starts rotating, everything starts moving. He becomes this person's blind spot too. Right here, this is just way too close. There, right there, way too close. And then you see him do this. You see the camera go like this, like he has to look around the vehicle. How about we just move the vehicle over so you don't have to do this the whole time? You know what I mean? So watch this right here. That right there, he just did a head check. He's like looking around. I can't see around the car. I gotta look. I can't see. I gotta look, right? How about we get ourselves into that position? But if we're this close and now we're in this guy's blind spot, if we get into that position, we're just in a bad spot. So there's just so much that's going on here. And the one thing that could really help out is scoot back, scoot back, scoot back. You can see around the vehicle better. You're not going to be in somebody's blind spot. If you are in somebody's blind spot, you only have that one hazard of that person. But here you have a hazard here, you have a hazard here, a hazard in front. A ton of issues here. So let's go ahead and watch. So right here, following distance is the problem, and line of sight is the problem. We got blind spot here. That's a problem. Very choppy shifting too. So this guy might be a new rider. So watch his shifting for that first portion. See that? Very choppy. I don't know. This guy might be a little bit new, which is fine. Which is fine. But we can't be blaming drivers. We need to start, you know, taking responsibility for what we're doing here. So now we're in this guy's blind spot. So now we're in a new hazard, blind spot, no blind spot to the right. That thing went away. And now we have, we still have this issue right here. We're gonna look. No escape paths other than lane filtering, but as we could tell, this guy's gonna swing over. So his escape path is to the right, but we have a truck here. We're just in a bad spot. So watch this car's tires, and you see the lines. You'll see him start creeping over, and then you'll see him notice it when the car goes over the line. That's your clue. That's your first clue. And this was a deliberate action to move because they never slowed down. They didn't second guess themselves. They're moving. So here, slow down, apply the brakes because you can't move to the right, right? And you can't accelerate past because remember, we got escape paths to the front, back, side to side. We can't move left. We can't move forward. Don't know what's to the right. We just barely passed the car, so that's probably not an option. So the only escape path we have is to the behind us, which is applying the brakes. I like having at least 2 escape paths, so this is really nerve-wracking. At no point did he apply the brakes. He just kind of scooted over, and he's like, this is my lane. This is my lane. Get out of here. Get out of here. Get out of here. My lane. My lane. My lane. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Apply the brakes. Let him have it. We're at the bottom of the food chain on the roads, guys. Bottom of the food chain. Cars have the right of way. Everybody in the world has the right of way when we're on the road. Okay? So we're on the bottom of the food chain. Treat it that way. So if you notice, this truck or this vehicle right here, I think it's a truck. Yeah, it's a truck. I'm going to assume that they scooted over because they saw this motorcyclist getting pushed out. He's honking the horn. This truck probably heard it and moved over to let the motorcyclist kind of lane filter and get out of there. You'll see him move. So he's in the normal lane position. Starts honking. Moved over. Maybe it's for the exit, but I mean, here, now you have an escape path. Get out of there. But this is way too close. This is way too close. You're probably 2 feet away from the car. Like you could put your arm out and have like an extra foot, and you can touch the car. Now we just moved over. We got brake lights. We just moved over right behind the car. Take this spot. Why get behind the car and then go around? We got a Jeep right here too in the mirrors. Look at, there's not a lot of traffic behind you. Look, you could tell the truck behind you is the only thing behind you. You could totally have slowed down. He's still hanging out. He's hanging out behind the car, one hand off, yelling at the person. The hand that he has off is the throttle hand. So he can't even escape if he wanted to. You see the shifting? Look at the shifting.
What's wrong with you?
Very choppy. Very choppy. Before you start going onto the roads like this and start blaming others, remember the only way we improve is if we actually take responsibility for what we're doing here. This was a bad choice. He needs to start, hey, it's my fault. Let me work on my own stuff. Like my shifting should be better. My hazard perception should be better. All these different things. What was the honking for? What was the honking for? What? Maybe the problem that I'm having, like, once again, we're talking about how we can improve. Maybe the problem that I'm having is that I don't recognize some of the things that these people are recognizing that are pissing them off. Maybe because I'm not looking for it, you know? Maybe I'm not looking to get pissed off at things like this. Maybe I just let things go a lot easier, you know? So, yeah, Katrina, I'm trying to figure that out too. So the only thing I could think of is that this car, this truck right here, was in the outside lane and kind of just cut in. But I don't see where the hazard presented itself to hurt you. Maybe the guy made a... Yeah, Christoph, I just don't get it. So now he's honking. He didn't take the... Okay, so if he didn't take the outside lane, does that warrant you to get agitated to the point where you start making mistakes? That's what I don't get. Yeah, so he was trying to... So they're all merging. So this is a one-way street. They're all merging. He might be going the outside lane. We don't know. As motorcyclists, we don't know. So this right here, it's like, what's going on here? You know? What's going on here? You know what? You guys go ahead and go. That's how I think. And if it's my turn to go and somebody takes it, I'm like, all right, cool. Cool. Because guess what? When I get on the road, I can haul ass faster than you can. I'm going to get to my destination before you. I don't really care. My destination is different than yours too. I don't care. So in this situation, yeah, maybe he's supposed to go to the outside. You know, he probably is supposed to go to the outside. But look how everyone's staggered. Look how everyone's staggered. Okay, so is this guy supposed to go first? Is this guy? Yeah, Thomas. Okay, so the multiple cars and turn lanes are very common here in South Florida. The rider was probably upset that the driver came from the outside and got in front of him. Yeah, that's fine. Get upset a little bit, but I don't see, like, this is a pretty good distance. So this is like multiple car, like, side by side. So if this truck decided to go, okay, he's going. Look how far away he still is. Still far away. But we just accelerated. We just accelerated into the car. I could tell just from the camera that he was going to that lane. He's still in that lane. He's turning into it. I think what happened was he was looking, the motorcyclist was looking down the way to see if there's any vehicles coming, and that's his focus. And then when he finally looks straight while he is accelerating, got too close to the truck for his own good, I guess. That's my assumption. And then it made a panic, which caused the reaction. I think that's what happened. But just remember, it's like when you get that panic mode, like if like something like happens to you and you got that little anxiety and that panic that hit because, oh man, that was close. The reaction I want you guys to have is like, oh, that was a little close. Oh, there's a little panic. Okay, how did that happen? I want you to ask yourselves that. Whenever you get into that situation, how did that happen? Not, you know, screw the truck, screw that person, he screwed up, he messed up. No, let's go back, kind of like what we're doing here. It's like, how did that happen? I was looking down the roadway for traffic, okay, and I was accelerating to merge into the lane, and then when I looked up, I saw the vehicle. Okay, my mistake is that I was looking down here, I was looking down the traffic, and while accelerating, moving forward, I wasn't looking where I was going. So next time, I'm gonna look down that way, look forward, and then accelerate. Because if you're looking that way and you see nobody there, why do we need to continue looking that way? If we know that nobody's there coming our way, why do we need to keep looking that way while we accelerate? Dave, Deha, yeah, exactly. I think that's what happened, and that's fine. But let's learn from that. Let's fix that for ourselves. So while we're looking that way, nothing, cool. Look straight, accelerate, continue doing this, until you're into the roadway. This way you can see hazards from both ways. Head on a swivel. His head was not on a swivel. So let's watch this full thing again with what we have from the, you know, armchair quarterbacking and hindsight's 2020, which is fine because this is a learning exercise. Hindsight's 2020, we're learning. So let's get over here. Okay. Head on a swivel. Head on a swivel. Very good. But you have to actually look where you're going. Red light. Okay. Okay, it's green, but you gotta wait for traffic. Stop, 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 stop. That's traffic.
Video tacking.
2 examples in a short amount of time of retarded drivers.
Okay. This is typical traffic, everybody. Typical traffic. We got a lot of people turning left. Remember, intersections are dangerous. We need to wait until the road is clear before we make a full decision on what we're doing. We're not making educated guesses here. We're making a full decision before we do something. Okay. Traffic is red light. It turns green while there's traffic in the intersection. Wait till the intersection is clear, then go. Okay. So red light, red light, red light. And it's going to turn green. Okay, cool. Can you see who's in the left turn lane? Can't. You can't see what's in the left turn lane. You don't know if anybody's slowing down, accelerating to make the light, whatever it is. You don't know. Also, on top of that, the car doesn't know either. Like who's on the other side. They should know. They should make an assumption that, you know what, it just turned, you know, there's no more turn light for me or turn arrow for me. I shouldn't go. But yeah, they shouldn't have done that. Great. But as a motorcyclist, we can't live off of that. We can't. We need to figure out if the coast is clear. Coast is not clear. You see that turn? You see that turn right there? He's looking at him. Center of the camera angle, since it's on the face. See how it turns? So he's looking straight. Let's go back. So he's looking straight right here. He's looking down the aisle, right? He's getting ready to go. And the moment this thing goes and he sees that car starting to rotate, he's looking at it, but he still accelerates. Why? Watch him change his head vision. He's looking at the car and he still accelerates. The car is at a complete turn. The car is looking at you. If the car was going straight or stopped, it would not be looking at you. You kind of put yourself in that situation. Now we also have a line of sight problem here. This car decided he thinks he can go. We have one of those where it's a merging type lane. Okay, so yes, he should have stopped. So I agree with how it upset you, Dave. I agree too. It upset me a little bit, but then what am I going to do with that? What am I going to do with these dumb drivers? Am I going to get pissed? Or I'm just going to roll off the throttle and then go on with my day? Because I still have more hazards that come up. I mean, I got all these different hazards I got to deal with. So why am I focused on the one I already passed? I passed that hazard. I'm done. I'm done with that hazard. I'm moving on to the next one. So if I stay focused on this one and be pissed off about this one, it's going to mess me up for the next one. And then the next one. And then the next one. And then the next one. That's why I choose to just hazard done, done. Just like that corner's done, done. That corner's done, done. Next one, next one, next one, next one. Always looking for the next hazard. Yep. Look at, there's already new hazards present here. Do you guys you see this? Remember we talk about these long lines? We just have a new hazard. So we got green light. This is a vehicle that's a hazard. I chose not to go. I have every right to go, right? It's a green light. But we made a decision not to go. Cool. I just mitigated this hazard. Great. Well, new hazard now. It's a green light. I decided not to go with the truck. But now I'm going to go when there's a car? Okay. Cool. Fine. This is the new hazard. Let's figure it out. Okay. Got rid of this hazard. The hazard's out of my way now. I got a nice path right here. Perfect. I'm going to go. Oh, next hazard. We got a new hazard right here. This car might go here and stay out of my lane, or might cut across. Why would that car cut across? Why would this truck want to go into my lane? Because we have traffic backed up. Okay, cool. And the hazard is now kind of out of my way. It's going forward. I'm going to slow down, let him accelerate, so now I have a space cushion. Great. Hazard complete. Oh crap, I got more hazards. Why? Because these people are in a line. Who here likes to sit in lines? Nobody. And guess what? We have a nice open lane here that I'm in. Who knows? Maybe this car decided to pull out and just go ahead and go forward and get out of that line. We have more hazards. So that semi that was in the way, not thinking about anymore. That car that turned in front of me, not thinking about anymore. This car right here turning in front of me, not thinking about anymore. He is now a part of traffic. Now I'm thinking about all these other cars. So what I would do in this situation is look to my left, check my head, check my blind spot, do a head check, check my mirrors, move over to this lane. So now I don't have to deal with any of these cars. Boom, hazard complete. Way too close. Where's your line of sight? Can any other motorist see what's behind this car? You can't, you could barely see around. So line of sight's a big problem. So I'd move over to lane position 1 here so you can see in front of this vehicle. I would not move to lane position 3 because I do not know if any vehicles are going to want to come out. That's where I would go.
Video tacking.
I wonder how he recorded that. That's pretty cool.
2 examples in a short amount of time of retarded drivers.
It might be the SEA backpack for the GoPro, though. That might be it. It sounds like a SEA. Alright, guys. We're at 488 patrons. This video is going to get demonetized. I'm working on a way to get the other videos that I do not demonetized. That way I don't have to get pissed off, because once again, I got a little heated on my Instagram and a few other things. It's like, you know, YouTube, why you kind of screwing me over? If you don't know about it, YouTube pretty much just destroyed my 30 plus close calls video, even though it was purely educational. Completely destroyed it. It's getting like 2 views an hour now, while it was getting 200 views an hour. So completely destroyed. It's a Cena 10C, awesome. Oh, D-Money, that sucks. But hopefully it's just a quick little clutch issue. I look like her grandson. Thank you so much. That's cool. Stephanie Selma, thank you for watching. Appreciate it. But what I was saying with the YouTube thing, thank you, BB, also. They completely destroyed it, so I'm trying to work on a way to make it more of an educational show, not just like me talking. I'm trying my best, so I'm trying to figure it all out. So I'm gonna look up Dan, $5 to DGR for the next 10 patrons. What? You're gonna put $5 for 10 patrons? Or are you saying me to do it? So 303, everybody, or $3,003 each. Oh damn. So guys, if you would like to become a patron, so 10 patrons would put me at $498, which would be insane. So let's see if we can get some Patreon members, and then we'll donate to the Distinguished Gentleman's Ride. Distinguished Gentleman's Ride is for prostate cancer research and men's mental health. So if you guys would like to donate to me, we'll do it to the DGR also. Okay, we'll do it to the DGR also. Look at that. Look at that. That's nuts, man. You know, I'll match it too. I'll match it too. So that next 10 patrons, I'll match each patron. Doesn't matter what tier you go to. I'll put $5 in. Okay, I'll put $5 in. So, we got 15 minutes left in the stream. So that right there, that's a huge thing. So DDFM patrons, guys, let's get to 500 patrons. Let's see if we can do that. It's only $2 a month. If you guys want to know what Patreon's all about, let me go to the Patreon. So Patreon is right here. Okay, so Patreon is right here. So if you want to become a patron, you click become a patron, and you get all this different stuff. You get a lot of stuff for the $20 level. It's actually really, like, that's one of the better levels. But $5 a month, $2 a month. If you want to become a patron, I'll donate $5 to DGR. If you collect, or if you select any of these, yeah, I'll do it. Let's do it, guys. Let's do it. Here to answer your questions. Did I get any information here? Let's see. And I'll do that for all of today. So if I see a patron show up today, even if it's not on a live stream, see you later, Rocky. See you later. If I see any patrons today. So if we get like 20 patrons, I'm gonna put $5 per patron today. Okay. So today only, I'll make it to where I'll donate $5 per patron sign up. All right. So when I said 15 minutes left in the stream, I'm getting a little tired. I need to go out and take my doggo to the bathroom. But guys, I just want to say thank you so much for everything, for watching the videos, making the videos more better. Let me know what I can do better on the long form videos, because those ones really really help out the channel, because there's a lot of watch time. And it allows YouTube to share it. I just need to make it more educational and more advertiser friendly, because if it's not advertiser friendly, they're not gonna show the video. They're not gonna spread the video. It's not gonna be suggested. Nobody's gonna see it, and nobody's gonna learn. So I got to make it to where it's more learning appropriate. Commander 2s. Oh, James, I was gonna say Commander 2s, dude. Commander 2s are great tires, dude. Scorpius, if you're in Tucson, it'd be fine if you can come here. We'd let you in. You're welcome, the Faceless One. Yeah, Commander 2s are great tires. I had that on my Sportster. I love those tires. Absolutely love them. You're going to love those tires. You're going to love them. I have no ifs, ands, or buts, or doubts, or nothing like that. But yes, see right here? 488 patrons. Let's see if we can hit 500 today. Every patron today, I will donate $5 to the DGR. Okay? So let's go ahead and sign up. If you want to have all the information, so I have the links to my Distinguished Gentleman's Ride, to the Discord, to the Patreon, to my latest video, all right there. So guys, if you would like to join, please, please, please do that. But let's go in Discord. Join the Discord, guys. Let's do that. Click that link, join the Discord. I'm gonna put hi stream. That's right. Smash that like button, boys. Dale, welcome to the Discord.